It's trendy to talk about empowerment and authenticity for women today, but if your heart is not refined and open, you can be as in your face and authentic and powerful as you want. But if your heart is still closed and you're still a scared little girl inside, you're going to cause more harm than good. If you're new here, my name is Naima, founder of the Academy for Womanhood, where we help women come into full power with a very big-hearted emphasis on the heart, your sexual self, and who you actually, truly, really are when we get all the sludge out of the way. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here today. Today, I'd like to talk to visionaries who are called to serve and make millions. Visionaries who are called to serve and make millions. So I want to share a little bit about my story and talk about how I see us using your story to do the same in your own way, serving people by way of coaching and other transformational packages, your medicine woman packages, your authenticity and healing and other kinds of transformational packages through the book that you either have written or you have been starting and stopping and starting and stopping, and that you're ready to complete and be able to have the clarity of shame and dissolving of shame that enables you to be willing to create and go on a high visibility marketing plan, commanding the world stage, whether it's being on a variety of podcasts around the world as the authority in your book, whether that is starting your own podcast that's very much extracting the principles from your own story, whether that's creating your own content plan online where you are peppered throughout YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever else you choose to be. The point is that as a visionary, you know that you have a vision. You feel very much called to be the face of it, to bring it forward. And you know that in order for you to do that, you got to be together. In order for you to do that, you got to get honest. Are you being honest with yourself? Have you admitted? Because it's powerful to admit, I am a coward. I'm not ready to step up on the world stage. I just want to watch content and feel that pumped up, inspirational, fleeting feeling, but I don't actually want to do the deeper work, which would require me engaging in practice. I don't want to do the real work where I put money into hiring somebody, helping me to put myself inside of a container, a structure, and accountability. I don't want that yet. Even that is honest. Think about the times that a man has told you something honestly, right? That was placed him in an inferior light. Okay. Of, I'm not ready to love, or you trigger insecurity in me, and how much you appreciate his honesty, because we don't expect from others, and oftentimes from ourselves, we don't admit our weaknesses. And just like in AA, where a big part of moving through addiction is admitting that you have one, starting there. And so for some of you, particularly those of you who like to get high on content on social media, and you somehow think that if you binge watch some powerful woman's TikTok wall, or you binge listen to podcasts, and because you just feel the dopamine hit of listening to their content, you think that that's it. And I can understand that, because it's like a temporary hallucination when you are high on, some inspirational podcast, and it feels yes. And so it hypnotizes you temporarily into thinking that you're doing something. But to actually be a visionary who can command the camera because you're commanding of yourself, to actually be somebody who has the spaciousness in yourself because you've done the work of clearing shame. So you have the spaciousness to reach out to podcast hosts, to hire team, to sustainably operate at high energetic levels, to be able to do other things that people look at as, whoa, that's bold. I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you said that. And to you, it becomes very natural and normal because you're not hiding behind this shallow empowerment and this microwave lip service power that a lot of women are living in today. And so I want to emphasize this visionary conversation. And it's another reason why I'm shifting a lot after this messaging, marketing, and magnetism that's very accessible for women who actually get it, women who truly actually get it. I'm excited to work with women who really get it and they know and are ready to really step into the responsibility, because it's wow to be a woman, to be a visionary, to be front facing, to be willing to carry, and deciding how you will carry a thing too. So the story, those of you who you have a story, okay? There's the before, who you were before the trauma, the abuse, the pain, the hurt, whatever the thing was that you experienced. And then you went on your own voyage of change, of healing, of awareness, of transformation, dark night of the soul, change. And you popped out as who you are today. And we know that you're not finished, because as long as you're alive, there's transformation happening. But you have a very clear arc of before and after, which is a big part of what we are identifying inside of messaging, marketing, and magnetism. The very clear arc that you're prepared to write down with my guidance, your before and after, and looking at the emotionality of your before and after in your story. Before the abuse and abandonment and shame and harm and trauma, who you were after, the voyage you went on, extracting what in that would show and demonstrate your authority and that you know what you're talking about, what grabs your heart, what holds your attention, what convicts you, because that translates on camera. And so we're writing all this down. You are writing all this down inside of messaging, marketing, and magnetism, which starts tomorrow. The 3-day workshop starts tomorrow. And the 5 hours of laser focus starts on the 26th. So this is 2 different opportunities we have to work together. You can go look at both of the opportunities at the link in my bio. So it's looking at that arc. Thank you for all those hearts. It's looking at that arc and then taking that and looking at a combination of things. One, if you're already working with people, what are the results that they're already getting? What's the feedback that you're already getting? If you're not working with people, we're looking at what results have you gotten? What has been the outcome positively and negatively from the work that you've done on your own arc to heal, to transform, to change, to grow, to love, etc. And so we look at a combination of these things and we put it in a package based on what's your intent, meaning like, why does your package exist? Why does your book exist? Why have you written the book? Why are you writing the book? Why do you want this coaching package, this medicine healing, this retreat package, this whatever the thing is that you're selling, the ebook, the digital products, all the things that you plan to use to channel out into the world to help people and to get rich. Okay. So the arc, the story, and you really holding yourself as the authority is a big part of the work that we're doing. Now, I want to bring in what I said here a moment ago about the way you carry your power, the way you carry the responsibility of your power. This is so important. So if there's a piece of content that went up yesterday, and I've seen this in the comments of other pieces of my and other pieces of content, but there was mention of a woman said, because the video was about scaring people, your power scares men, you're a visionary, men are scared of your power, you are scared of your power, you have been scared of your ability to destroy, create, and who you are. And the woman talked about, you're scaring me because how accurate you are. And she said, I don't fit in anywhere and it's draining. That's what she said. And I responded, I said, why are you allowing yourself to be drained? Okay. And so that comment she made about it's draining, not fitting in anywhere. And then how connected that is to when you're a visionary and you're called to do specific work in the world, and the crown feels heavy, the responsibility feels heavy, the power feels heavy, what you're called to do feels heavy, too much, etc. And most of us walk around with that kind of energetic state of, I'm scared of the responsibility, or it feels like too much, or can I handle my power? Can I sustain it? And even the ubiquitous sentiment around heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? We've heard that. Somebody else commented that also on a piece of content. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? How many people here have heard that? Let me know in the comments. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? And so basically it's like, wow, it is heavy to be in responsibility. It's heavy to, and this feeds into what I have talked about. And I constantly, if we only do, most of you have yet to engage in the refinement work, because it's very much refinement work, to come into the authority that would have you entirely dictating how you even carry power. These are the conversations that I want to have with women who are women, like really standing in woman responsibility, emotional maturity. It is me. I'm so excited I'm telling you, this is the content I'll be creating and then inviting women into who show me through money and action that they're ready for these kind of elevated, because historically, the reason why it's been so heavy is because women have not been in their power. Okay. There's lots of movies and documentaries about what life has been like for women historically, women in power, queens, and other women in power, and the difficulty of navigating that power. And so many of these stories and so much of the sentiment and so much of the energetic expectation is that we're going to be basically living under and how they were. And so much of what's never talked about in these documentaries and these queen stories and everything that we read, the books and everything about queens of the past, powerful women of the past, sex is never discussed. Erotic power is never discussed. And when I say sex, I'm not only or even immediately talking about intercourse, I'm talking about full arousal that has a woman in connection with all things that in part enables her to dictate how she holds power. This is so high level. I shouldn't even be talking about this on TikTok. I'm pretty sure most of y'all here, you're not, you know what I mean? But there's always the one or the two, and then also this replay goes up on YouTube. But this is where I'm going. This is stuff that I've known for a while, and I have my reasons why I wasn't talking about it. But actual women of today, we're setting whole new standards. We're leading and governing whole new groups of women all over the world, those of us who are truly called to do this. And this is why the content went up yesterday, said your sex needs to be in the front, meaning your whole aroused self. Bitch, this is work. This is not, I'm going to go binge watch your TikTok wall. Oh my God, I'm so inspired. Yes, because I'm about authenticity. Do you know this is such a serious level of responsibility, a round table of women who are committed to being in the face of other women of power and doing this work. That's what I'm talking to you. That may be only one of you here, or others who will see the YouTube replay. But for those of you who there are going to be hundreds of thousands and millions of women watching you, learning what it looks like to have your sex in the front, allowing yourself to be aroused. And here's the thing. Your intuition cannot even be fully functioning and you being in communication with it at all times if any part of your arousal needs to be this. This is what enables you to be able to dictate how you carry your power. So you're not like, it's draining not fitting in anywhere. I'm just so sick of not belonging anywhere. And my mom never loved me. And it's just I just hate, nobody likes, another one was like, yeah, unfortunately, nobody likes it when you're authentic. Like, these are women who are not serious about their power. I'm talking to visionary women. Right? There's, a person gets up on the stage and speaks. Most people will just, clap, with inspiration, and then there are the other ones who are moved to actually do this work. I want to work with those of you who are ready to invest money and you are serious. Yes, you're going to play, we're going to have fun and get cute and all that, but you are very much driven at a deep, compelling level to come out onto the world stage and to do the work to refine your heart, have an open heart, have your sex in the front, allow yourself to be seen in a way that the world has yet to see women be women. And I'm talking about all races. And I have a particular knowledge and research that I have been doing on the very distinct power of melanin dominant women and all women. There are the ones in each group: Indian women, Latin women, Asian women, Thai women, that's Asia, right? Black women, melanin dominant women, white women, women all over the world. There are women in each of these groups who are very much called to be the faces, the voices, and varying degrees of visibility too, because there are some of us who will be very visible in our city. There's others of us who will be very visible on the world stage through viral content, through TED Talks, through highly impactful YouTube channels and podcasts. And what I'm hungry for, and I know so many of us are hungry for, is women who there's this sweet, sweet, sweet blend. And this is what I'm excited to help those of you who are coming into messaging, marketing, and magnetism. I want to talk about this sweet blend that's makes you it's like the future of women in power. Before I talk about the sweet blend, if you would like to work with me on refining your messaging, your marketing, your magnetism, I have a 3-day, very accessible workshop that starts tomorrow. It's only $175. This is the only time this year that you will be able to access working with me at this price point. This is more so for those of you who are entry level, or if you feel like you're a bit more beyond entry level, but you like to work with me in this way because you can sign up right now at the link in my bio. So it's a 3-day workshop, messaging, marketing, magnetism. We start tomorrow, and we do that inside of a Facebook group. If you want to be able to speak and you want to be seen, we're going to be on Zoom January 26th for a laser sharp, hot 5 hours. January 26th, 5 hours, January 26th. That is $1,500. Or you can split the payment, $850, 2 payments of $850 if you need that. And the last day to split your payment is this Thursday. The last day to split your payment is this Thursday. And you can sign up right now with the link in my bio for messaging, marketing, magnetism, whether it's the 3-day or the 1 day for 5 hours. Now, this sweet blend. So I'm guessing that you see plenty of podcasts, like women talking about all kinds of things, I saw a podcast, was it called Honey Dip or Honey something, melanin dominant woman, and she interviews a lot of melanin dominant women. And one woman came on there and said, there's no safe space for ambitious melanin dominant women, right? There's so many podcasts. There's another podcast I saw, I actually follow her clips here on YouTube. She's a white woman. She has great people on there. She had that I forgot that woman's name that the internet is loving. Clark, yes, she had Clark on there, and just other business women, etc. And these women are having great podcasts. Like, it's super great, isn't it? And behind all of us, no matter where we are, who we are, like whether you're a mom or not, whether you're a business owner or not, whether you live here in the US or, France, Africa, China, Paris, Canada, Hawaii, whatnot, all of us are dark primal beings. And there's always the conversations that we oftentimes aren't having with ourselves, and we most definitely aren't talking about it out loud. And yet in the trend of today of women, of empowerment for women and, authenticity and all that, so much of it is puffed up. Almost like trying to oftentimes hear women saying, push through, or, make it, or, it still very much has a masculine twinge to it. And the beautiful blend for those of you who are going to work with me, and what I want to see more of in the world with all the people, the podcasters and the YouTubers and the women who are doing extraordinary things in the world, is where we're having the conversations that have to do with our dark primal self, because it's in us, period. And the reason why I can be so compelling the way I am is because I'm very much in touch with that. And when a woman is creating and she's talking about being authentic, especially when she actually is working in the creative arts or the healing arts, the transformational arts of any time, you're dealing with the holisticness of the human. So for those of you who are writing books, who are creating healing-based or transformation-based digital products and coaching programs and ebooks and other tools and resources that are supposed to help people heal, transform, open their hearts, self-love, all the typical things, right? Talked about in different ways by all of us. You're dealing with the holisticness of the human. You're dealing with the holisticness of the human. You're not just dealing with this part or that part. Underneath it, when a person is considering your offer, your book, your whatever you're selling, their whole self is looking at you, right? Whether they're in conscious awareness of that or not. And what's so important in the future of power and empowerment, okay, this pretty word, empowerment for women, is that you be in connection with your dark primal self, okay? And what's true, okay? I just heard Kenya talking about this, the animal self, the high self, and the ego self, and it's so true. And in order for you to create a coaching program, a healing program, a digital book, a digital product, and all the products that you're creating, the depth of the human starts with the depth of you, and that being communicated in your digital product in whatever way you're communicating it. The depth of you being connected with, which is what I'm helping you do, and the heat of penetrating all the stuff that stops you from connecting with yourself in that way. And the stuff that typically stops you from connecting with yourself in that way is shame. Guilt. Shame is the major one. And that cripples your ability to write your book a certain way, or even start writing the book. It cripples your ability to create the digital product you really want to create versus trying to create something that you think will sell. It cripples your ability to create a really deep and rich coaching program versus just trying to create something that you think will sell. It cripples the way you tell your story, right? You call yourself telling your story, or I just need to create this content, or you're trying to be very much neck up and just force yourself to get out there and do it. Where if you got down into the pain, okay, if you got down into the animal in you, if you got down into the tenderness in you, if you got down into the ugly inside of you, if you got down into all those parts, then wrote your book, what kind of an impact would you make? If you got down into that, then created the digital product, how much more compelling would it be? Because everybody sort of looks and sounds the same. You just look different. She's 36, you're 32. She's 52, you're 48, but you're all sound this on the vibrational level. Y'all all look the same, feel the same, sound the same. She's just in Virginia and you're in Louisiana. She's in New York and you're in Canada. She's in Paris and you're in Thailand. But on a vibrational level, y'all all look and feel and sound the same. And so what I'm saying is the future of power. And if you know yourself to be cutting edge and you truly are a visionary, right? This is why, a visionary is very different than the masses who will clap in the audience. Okay. If you really know yourself to be a visionary, then hello, where are you taking us with that vision? The women who are following, the women who are being moved by you, where are you taking them? And from where within yourself are you reaching to write that book? Where within yourself are you reaching to create those digital products? Where within yourself are you reaching to create that TED Talk that you want millions and millions and millions of people to watch? And so if you're ready for this kind of true cutting edge humanity within yourself, that has very much to do with the shame in you, the tenderness in you, the dark in you, the high God levelness in you and bringing that out into practical words on paper, structured, organized, on purpose, with you being serious, like serious, then come inside of messaging, marketing, and magnetism. Messaging, marketing, magnetism. If you want the 5 hours where we go laser on Zoom, you can speak, start to move things up out of your mouth, have laser hot attention on you. Truth is very alchemical, very rich. We may take a 15-minute break, but it's 5 hours, January 26th, okay? All of this is recorded. Inside of the 5 hours of laser on the 26th, that will be recorded and you'll have that forever. Sign up right now at the link in my bio. If you have questions, DM me. The 26th, you can either pay in full, which is $1,500, or 2-part payments of $850. And the last day to do that is sometime this week. That's all at the link in my bio to find out the dates and deadlines and all that. So 5 hours laser on Zoom on the 26th.